Good day, everybody, and welcome to More Than Just Business. I'm your host, Rick Franzo. This show is powered by the growth coach of the Poconos. It's my privilege to have a good friend of mine on today, Joe Ronco from Joe Ronco State Farm Insurance in beautiful Tannersville, Pennsylvania, but not so much right now. It's based in Tannersville, but I think locations are kind of fluid right now. So welcome, Joe. How are you?
Good morning, Rick. Doing very well. How's it going?
It's going great. So I had mentioned Tannersville, but maybe not so much.
Yes, I was born and raised and still live in Allentown. So when we were open, the office open, it was a 45-minute commute every day. And, 6 years into it, it's almost like second nature now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so based at home now because of COVID-19, right?
Yeah, so we've been remote since early March. I think about March 10th was the date that we decided to pack up, grab monitors, grab computers. We're fortunate that we all had laptops, we all had USB headsets, and there was no delay. I mean, we were up and remote and able to service our customers just like we were in the office.
So really you haven't seen any kind of, downturn or whatever in how you service your clients. It was a pretty smooth segue, I guess, right?
It was, absolutely. I mean, a lot of what we've been doing is helping our customers get set up online, statefarm.com, the mobile app, and really kind of helping them self-service and get through this. But, of course, we're always a phone call away. And, 9 to 5, you can get us in the office. And after 5 to 9 o'clock the next morning, you can call our office and you can get Jake from State Farm.
Good old Jake from State Farm wearing the khakis, right?
That's it. Yeah.
He sounds horrible, right? And so, that kind of leads me into the question of what makes Joe Ronco State Farm different than not just other insurance agencies, but other State Farm agencies. And one of the things from other agencies, not State Farm, is that you were able to really pivot and go remote so smoothly, right?
Yeah, that was definitely part of it. I mean, we're really looking at providing value to our customers beyond just getting a quote. Our team has over 40 years of experience. So we're not just there to be quoters, but really just there to be, the risk managers and kind of look at somebody's situation in whole and advise them on which way is the best way to manage that risk.
Yeah, and so you just talked about your team a little bit. Can you expand on that and
Yeah.
talk more about that team, which is fantastic team over there at Joe Ronco's?
Absolutely. We had a very stable team for several years, and I can't do it without my team. So I praise them every day. I have 3 full-timers, DeAndre, Michelle, and Sydney. Sydney's been with me now almost 5 years. Michelle's been with me almost 2. And DeAndre's coming up on his year with me, but they're my full-timers. I also have 2 part-timers, Taylor, who handles all of our social media, and then Marquita, who is our remote service specialist. She is strictly just service. But yeah, it's a great team. There's 5 of us in total. Very stable, very reliable, and like I said, I couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, they're fantastic, and they even network on Joe Ronco State Farm Insurance's behalf. I know that BNI, Business Networking International, is one organization that you're a part of. And so members of your team are also a part of different chapters of the BNI, and they also were part of women's networking groups and things like that. So absolutely building those bonds and cultivating the relationships is super important. I think that's another way that sets you apart. I mean, that's how we met was, a couple years ago through BNI. And I think that it was really great. It's not about just like selling insurance, right? That's so cliche. It's about building the relationships and offering solutions that people may have gaps on in their businesses or their lives. And so we're going to talk about business in a little while, but let's talk about some of the things that are really good with State Farm, which is maybe some auto insurance. We all still have to drive, right? And then we'll kind of talk about the business, but what are some things that you can do auto insurance wise to help people that are different than any other insurance companies?
Yeah, I mean, we write auto insurance in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. We're licensed in both states. So, I mean, the personal auto and the commercial auto, we write. We're also very big in the business insurance. You know, people really know State Farm as the mom and pop auto and home, but we really expanded over the years to cover businesses and help the business owners, not only on the personal side, but protect their risks on the business side as well.
So the liability insurance is a big part of the policies that you write.
Absolutely, yeah. We write a lot of liability insurance, and you know, all of our policies are BOP policies or business owner policies, and they do include the business interruption coverage. Unfortunately, there is no protection for the pandemic. That came pretty clear, and that's been excluded from almost every policy everywhere for a long time. But we do talk to our business owners about the business interruption and the valuable protection that provides should there be a physical loss or location loss that they can't open that store. There is that business interruption coverage.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Everybody seems to be giving back to the community. Everybody seems to want to show their not only their philanthropy, but their investment in their local communities. I know that I do. I know that everybody from small businesses to large corporations, such as State Farm. Growth Coach is another large corporation, and we give back to the community. What is State Farm doing right now in the way of being invested in their local communities?
Yeah, State Farm announced their State Farm Relief Program several weeks ago now. They're giving back 25% of the premium, auto insurance premium from March 20th through the end of May. It's equating to about $2 billion that we're giving back in a dividend. And you know, State Farm is a mutual company, so our policy holders are the owners of the company. And with that, we're able to give back 25% of the premium, which will start being credited as early as June, as early as next month.
Wow, that is wonderful. That's how could you ask for better than that, right?
Yeah, it really made me proud to be a State Farm agent, you know, when they announced that, and you know, they did announce that even further, that if this does continue, you know, we are in a position to relook at this situation and even give more back should the situation warrant.
That's wonderful. Congratulations and well
Yeah,
done.
thank you. Yeah.
That's excellent, really. Now, once everybody this all hit and everybody kind of was like, okay, so now what do we do? And everybody's kind of, you know, looking around. And so I've advised my clients to keep moving forward no matter what that looks like for you individually. One of the ways that people were moving forward was with marketing and things like that. So what are some of the messages that State Farm has been putting out as part of their marketing platform to help people to feel safe, secure, you know, maybe protected?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Several messages, social media and TV commercials that they've been putting out, not only with the relief program, but there is some deferred payments that they have going on. So if our customers are struggling with payments, we have not canceled any policies from the middle of March through the end of May. So they did announce that no cancellations are happening no matter what. And all those payments are being deferred. So that's fantastic as well. So not only the money that we're giving back, but we're not canceling anybody at the same time.
That is wonderful. Absolutely. You have a family. And so, you know, this, I found that not only for my clients that I coach, but for people that are working in other organizations, it's it's a whole new world, because not only you have to work from home if you have that luxury to do so, if we're fortunate enough to be able to work remotely, but also the children are not in school anymore. So, you know, what do we do then, right? We become not only the parents that we were, but we become more of a teacher as well. And so you have children. If you'd like to tell us a little bit about your family and how that looks for you right now, which is really a snapshot of how this is working in other people's homes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've married 8 years now. Lovely wife, Lindsay, who's a teacher. So she's been off. 7-year-old Lucy and my 4-year-old Jack. So Lucy's in first grade, and she's getting a ton of work thrown at her from her school. So my wife has been fantastic trying to juggle, her Google Classroom, and then my daughter's work as well. So it's been a challenge, but you kind of roll with the punches and make the best of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to also throw in, Lucy is a Girl Scout, right?
Yep,
Well, she's a
absolutely.
brownie, is it?
Yeah, a brownie now, and it should be a daisy next year. Yep.
A brownie and a daisy. I remember when my daughter was a brownie and then a daisy and everything. And so my daughter is no longer a Girl Scout. She's 22. But Lucy, being 7, is selling the Girl Scout cookies, which is a great exercise in business for everybody. And it's a great exercise in making me gain more girth, because she carries my favorite cookies, right? And so I was one of Lucy's customers, and I think that is just fantastic. She has a great selling platform, and you being her dad really gave her some great marketing exposure too. And I'm going to kind of segue into marketing right now and what that looks like for your State Farm agency. But one of the things that we talk about in marketing is putting that personal touch, showing that, we're people too, and that we're invested in our families and, what goes on. So I think that your most popular, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this was your most popular marketing strategy, was to sell Girl Scout cookies on Facebook Live. And
Yep.
Lucy was on there, and you were being the interviewer. You were asking her the questions. You were facilitating the little program that was there, and it got just so many hits, and she sold so many cookies. Talk about that for a second as we start to kind of talk about marketing.
Yeah, she's almost a natural. She set a goal. I think her first goal was 500 boxes, and then she hit that, and she went for 7, and she hit the 700 boxes. But yeah, the Facebook post with Lucy and selling cookies, I mean, and just her just asking questions. Well, what do you like? And kind of directing them to, hey, you'll really like this cookie, or how can I help you today? Just real simple, feeler questions. So yeah, she's been fantastic. And yeah, the Facebook posts and the live and all that organic stuff that we have out there with Lucy, and then really State Farm Sparky.
Yeah, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, and we didn't include State Farm Sparky. Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Taylor, who heads up our social media posts, her dog, Sparky, mixed dog that she rescued, fantastic dog, and she posts almost weekly pictures of Sparky, and that stuff just gets so much traction. And there's so many canned posts out there that we do, but the stuff that really does well is the organic. Lucy selling cookies or pictures of State Farm Sparky. I think our last one was with Sparky with a mask.
Right.
And we had so many shares and comments and posts about it. It was fantastic.
That is great. Joe, thank you for spending time with us today. If people want to contact you, and again, we started off by saying they're not in their office in Tannersville right now because of the shutdown orders here in the counties that are in Pennsylvania that we are a part of, and the counties that Joe serves. But if people wanted to get in touch with you, it's pretty easy. So how can they do that?
Yeah, we're all over social media. So the Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. State Farm just approved Instagram. So we have an Instagram account, SF Agent Joe Ronco is our handle, I think they call it. But we're available on all the social media platforms. Our website is the pafreequote.com. They can also call or text our office, the 570-534-4800. We are really available 24/7. I mean, that 570-534-4800 is the only number that our customers need. Like I said, 9 to 5, we're there to help you. And after 5 to 9 o'clock the next morning, they can call our local office number and they'll get transferred to Jake at State Farm.
Nice. Excellent. And what's the email address they could use to get in touch with you as well?
Yeah, my email is just joe@pafreequote.com.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Joe, thank you so much for your valuable time today. I'm going to let you get back to work. And again, thank you so much for joining us on More Than Just Business. Thank you so much. This has been, again, More Than Just Business. Thank you for joining us, and have a great day.